Hi everybody, my name is Nick Yu. I'm the CEO of ING Germany. Unfortunately, I can't join live today, but, and this is probably one of the very few positive things about the global pandemic, we have found our ways to connect. So, with this video, I'm happy to share some thoughts on resilience, especially on how a digital bank like ING is managing to stay resilient in volatile times like these. Current times are challenging for companies, for customers, for societies. The world has become a fast-paced environment. Volatility and disruption have become the rule, not the exception. Constant change is the new normal. What we have learned with COVID, and unfortunately with the terrible war in the Ukraine as well, our world has become more unpredictable than ever before. I do remember the TV images in 2021. That was something I haven't seen before. Something that looked more like a dystopian horror movie than reality. It wasn't just the sheer fact that there was a deadly disease spreading, but it was the pace it was crossing borders with. And the war in Europe. If I wouldn't know better, I would still say that's unreal. War is something that feels like the Stone Age to me. Yet, my fear is that peace in Europe is far down the road. We might have known before, but unfortunately events have proven in real time the Earth has become a truly globalized place. The global implications of COVID as well as the war in Ukraine are massive. We see significant geopolitical uncertainties around the world and serious adverse impacts on local economies. Energy costs and inflation in the Eurozone have reached an all-time high, putting pressure on households and companies alike. I'd love to tell you something different, but when I ask my researchers, they say, it isn't over yet, Nick. So, is it just bad news I'm telling you today? Well, for sure I won't be sugarcoating the facts. But a man much smarter than I once said, in the midst of every crisis lies great opportunity. I still don't like crises, but I must admit, Mr. Einstein got a point here. Even if I don't have a silver bullet for that one, I have a recipe that's quite promising. First and foremost, diversify your business. In Germany, we have started business with retail savings money. Back in the days, we were offering a savings account, a current account, and customer loans. Plain vanilla business, some might say. But with a growing balance sheet, we had to find ways to grow our business as well. So we started our wholesale banking in 2011, serving blue chips and most recently tapped into the SME market. Simultaneously, we have been complementing our retail business with investment products and mortgages. And over the years we have seen the diversification was the key for our continuous growth and decent overall performance. Second, stay in control of your risks, both on the financial and the non-financial side. This requires active risk management. Monitor your portfolio closely, identify potentially impacted exposures early, and, especially for the corporate business, actively manage your portfolio towards resilient sectors. On the non-financial side, it's three things that should be on top of your agenda: cyber risk, data risk, and compliance. And don't forget what often gets lost in the shuffle. Make sure you have well-established and tested crisis processes in place. Third, take bold decisions to stay resilient. Only then you have a chance to be ahead of the curve. Already in the summer of 2015, ING Group started what we call the Agile transformation. We have been shifting our traditional organization to an agile model inspired by companies like Spotify. In doing so, we have increased flexibility and our ability to rapidly adapt. We created multidisciplinary teams, or squads, that comprise a mix of specialists, all focused on solving the client's needs and united by a common definition of success. Fourth, safeguard your human capital. Speaking for ING, I can say our people are the most important asset we have. Create a corporate culture that does embrace change, a culture in which people understand change as an opportunity, not as a threat. Only then you will be able to adapt to new circumstances. And don't stop to question yourself whether your setup is still right. Change is a process, not a final state. With COVID, we have learned that we must keep transforming ourselves. We understood very quickly that the way we will be working together will change fundamentally. Therefore, in early 2021, we have put mobile working and working in the office on par. We have invested in our office buildings to create more space for personal collaboration. The early introduction of a new way of working was another cornerstone to ensure operational resilience in volatile times. And finally, establish a constructive dialogue with a regulator. We are a bank. Being safe and compliant is our license to operate. I know a lot of people who complain about regulations, and I understand where they are coming from. However, I think regulations are simply the rule of the game and you must play by these rules. Hence, I don't understand regulation as objection to improve your ability to adapt. Just make sure the regulator understands why you are doing this, because in the end, the regulator likes one thing most: a bank that is resilient even in uncertain times. ING's purpose is to empower people to stay a step ahead in life and in business. Customers expect us to make the difference for them at the important moments in their life, and society increasingly expects us to play a leading role in protecting people and the planet. We want to meet and exceed customer expectations to live up to our societal responsibilities. This means, strategically, we have two top priorities: giving our customers a superior customer experience and building a sustainable future for our customers, society, and the planet. To provide a superior customer experience, we must build on our strong technology and operations to provide seamless digital services while keeping our customers' money and their data safe and secure. And to make the sustainability promise happen, we must lead by example by striving for net zero in our own operations, steer our financing toward meeting global climate goals, to manage the most relevant environmental and social risks. We're working hard to achieve all the above mentioned, because only then we are convinced to meet our customers' expectations. A banking experience that is personal, easy, instant and relevant to their needs. I have highlighted the relevance of people and culture, and you just have heard about ING's key strategic pillars. So, it won't come by surprise that I assume HR, IT and ESG to be key areas for internal audit functions in the future. In terms of advising the board, I think here internal audit functions can add significant value. Let's be specific. In my opinion, the management board and internal audit should work very closely together to identify systemic risk, often IT related, as those risks create vulnerabilities in the organization simultaneously, implement effective, timely mechanisms to share information on new cyber threats, countermeasures and advice throughout the business, understand where the company is heading in terms of climate-related sustainability, and assess how far this is reflected in the company's business plans, evaluate whether the human resources strategy is aligned with the company's vision and whether the strategy is suitable to attract and retain employees. And finally, to continuously review if the key risk areas that have been identified so far are still valid. And with that, I will leave you for a fruitful and insightful conference. I wish you good discussions, and I hope I was able to give you some food for thought.